Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show, another high school football preview here in 2025. We've got to check in with the Chaparral Pumas. We've got head coach Andrew Raymer, his QB Dane Weber, running back Trevor Schneider in just a moment as well. And Coach Raymer, you always have a great team, man. Expectations always running high at Puma High. What do you like about this year's team? Maybe something unique, something special about this year's squad?
Yeah, I mean, this year's squad, we got a lot of guys coming back from last year. So a lot of experience. And a lot of guys with experience are only going to be juniors. We do have some seniors in that experience group as well. But we got a sour taste in our mouth, right? We're motivated from our first round loss, the Yorba Linda, in the Division II playoffs, and we've been working, right? We've been talking about just taking a step forward every single day. But we have some really talented young men, some great guys off the field as well. So just super excited about this team.
Yeah, ever since you got there, man, this program I feel like has always been elite. One of the top programs in the Inland Empire, one of the top programs in the southern section. Is that where you kind of envisioned where you guys would be, like one of the, when we're talking about the best teams in the IE, like you guys were right there always at the top? Is that kind of what you envisioned for the Pumas?
Yeah, I mean, that's my goal. To be a consistent program, a top program in our area, just start in our area, then go to Southern Section, and then, hopefully be a top team in the state. But being a Chaparral Puma myself, I'm going to put a lot of effort and dedication into this program for sure.
All right, Coach, I think we spoke around this time last year. Maybe it was like August or September-ish, and I think you had a baby on the way, didn't you?
Yeah, so she's going to be one this month. So we got a 1-year-old birthday getting planned right in the beginning of football season.
That's awesome, Coach. When I talk to head coaches, obviously they have very understanding wives, man, because, being a head football coach, even at the high school level, it's a year-round deal now. And you guys are just, especially during football season, just consumed. A lot of late nights, even weekends or whatnot. Why do you think it works with you and your family and your wife that you're able to dedicate the time that is needed to make Chaparral, an awesome program?
I mean, she's a sweetheart to start off with, right? But we have some great family support around us as well, so she doesn't feel like she's alone, right? Some football wives, think that they're just alone with the kids. So we got our family around. The Puma family as well is a great support system. My 2 older kids are getting old enough to enjoy being around the football field. I think they enjoy being around the snack bar a little bit more than the football field. But they got full access to go get some candy and a Gatorade at a practice or a game. So, but she's amazing. She's taking care of all 3 kids right now. So I got a quiet environment in the guest room office. So, but she's a Chaparral Puma herself, and she just wants us to be successful.
That's awesome. Coach, let me get to some of your guys, and then I'll circle back to you as well. Your quarterback, man, Dane's all world. This guy's a stud. We knew he was going to be a stud. He's performed really well. What does it mean when you have a guy like him, under center, behind center, that, you have full trust in, and he's going to get the job done?
I mean, Dane's a competitor, right? And so when you have a competitor leading your offense, leading your team, you're going to feel really confident. He has a lot of skills that a lot of kids don't have, right? Throwing the ball and running the ball, but he's a competitor. He tells me every single day, coach, just let them hit me, right? I want to get hit. I want to run somebody over. So, in the weight room, in the classroom, we're watching film, on the practice field, Dane's an ultimate competitor.
All right, Dane, let me go to you, man. How are you doing? How are you feeling right now as we get to that first game of the year?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm excited for what we can do this year. Like Coach said, there's guys returning. I feel like even the guys that have came in, that transfer, I feel like the chemistry, for example, Trevor, the chemistry has been built since day one. We're all brothers now, and we have each other's back. So I'm excited for sure.
Dane, Coach brought up an interesting point about just, maybe playing with a little chip on your shoulder, something to prove this season, some unfinished business, whatever you want to call it. Do you kind of feel that same way? And what do you think it'll take to maybe, turn some heads this year and, so people realize, hey, we're maybe better or could go farther this year than we did last year?
I mean, you're right. I mean, nobody likes to lose in the first round of playoffs or even lose in general, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's always that hump you want to get over and get past that and get to that. The goal is always the championship. And I feel like just having that camaraderie and playing for each other, and not individual. All the individual accomplishments will come if you win games as a team. So I feel like if we all just play together as a team and do what we know we can do, everything will turn out itself.
Now, Dane, I can't even keep up with you with all your recruiting offers in the offseason. Every day is like a new special graphic on social media about, an offer from here or a visit there. How do you balance that between, all the attention you're getting from recruiting, but also, making sure that you give your all to the Pumas, right, and trying to bring a winner to Chaparral? How do you balance? Oh, and by the way, get good grades too. Like, how do you balance all that?
I mean, yes, sir. I mean, all the offers of recruiting, all the relationships I built with coaches, that's all a blessing. I'm all super grateful for that. But without playing on the field, without Friday nights, without being with your team and being a leader, none of that is possible. So for me, my focus at least is the season, because that's what matters. What you do on Friday nights and what you do with your teammates and winning games, that's what matters to me at least. And that's my full focus to come. I mean, since we lost in the playoffs, that's my full focus. So.
All right, Dane, tell me something about playing the quarterback position. How have you improved, would you say, in the last year?
I would say personally, I've improved a lot with my leadership skills. I feel like we've had some senior captains that left, and I feel like really I had to step in. Me and some other guys had to step in that leadership role. And every day I've been just trying to hold everybody accountable, hold myself accountable, and let people know that I'll do whatever I can, no matter what it is, to put my body on the line, put whatever I need to on the line to help our team succeed.
All right, Dane, let me go to your guy, Trevor Schneider. I was joking with you guys off camera. I feel like you're brothers. You could be twins, like you guys, But yeah. What does it mean, before I get to Trevor, what does it mean to have a running back like him behind you that, whether you're throwing it or handing it off, like you guys are going to be in good hands? I
mean, I definitely can't complain that he's on our team. I've been playing against him since Pop Warner days, and every time I've gone against him, it's been a struggle to he's always had a great game against my teams personally. So to have him in that backfield with me, I'm excited for sure.
Awesome. Let me get to Trevor. Trevor, what's up, man? How are you doing?
Good. How are you? It's nice to see you.
Hey, good to see you, man. So, man, you get to Chaparral. This is a team that's already established. They're all winning a lot of football games. They got big expectations. How do you kind of see your role? How do you fit in with this team this season?
Well, I see myself putting, like Dane said, putting your body on the line for the Pumas, and playing as a team together and fitting in wise. I feel like I can just add a different level of football, because Chap was known for their pass game, and adding a pass game, adding a run game to an offense is very, very, very dynamic, and super good teams have a really good run game and a really good pass game. Plus, it adds a lot of pressure off of Dane, so he can just do his thing and be the guy he is.
Trevor, obviously you weren't on the team last year, but, they were so good, but they feel like, as good as last year was, there is some unfinished business that they want to go further. They want to, take that next step. Do you feel like when you got to Chaparral that there are expectations, there are big goals? When you play for Coach Raymer, they have, these championships and things that they want to do at the end of the season. Do you feel like when you got on campus, like, hey, man, this feels good? Like they want big things. They want big goals at the end of the year.
Yeah, I definitely felt that the moment I stepped on campus. I mean, almost every day in the weight room, they always talk about what it felt like to lose in those playoff games and how it hurt them even more because it was at home. And it kind of makes me feel that pain, because I felt that pain before in youth days. And I step in right to that moment. I feel that sour taste for them, because I know how that feels, and I want to win football games for them.
Trevor, Chaparral, Coach Raymer's probably told you, and you probably figured it out on your own, that they've had a ton of great offensive linemen come through that program. And Coach Raymer had a couple jerseys behind him, NFL jerseys of O-line guys that have been Chaparral Pumas. How's the O-line looking right now? And Dane, I'm going to ask you the same question in just a moment, but how's the O-line looking right now, and how exciting is it to run behind those guys?
It's super exciting. Our front five is extremely good, and we're super young, and we're new to each other too, because we have some transfers in, and we have some young guys as well, and some returners too. And overall, I think we're doing a really good job of, especially how new the O-line is with each other, and how the team is, and how I'm new to all of them, and how I'm new with Dane, and Dane's new to all of them. So I feel like the Hogs up front are going to be just fine this year.
All right, good stuff, Trevor. Dane, let me go back to you, because you're a dual threat quarterback. Do you feel like with your offensive line you could do whatever, run or throw with those guys in front of you?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I mean, all five of them, and even the guys that are behind them, I love all those guys to death. Every morning, even little things are just saying good morning, let's have a great day. All those guys are my best friends. I mean, I love them to death, and I want them to know that I'll do whatever I can to protect them so that they know that, they'll protect me in the game and vice versa. We communicate every day about no matter what it is. I hold them accountable, they hold me accountable, and then it's a great relationship that we have.
Do you feed them at all? I mean, do you bring them donuts some mornings or anything like that?
I'm definitely going to take them out to dinner for sure. That's something that's definitely going to happen. Yes, sir.
And Dane, before I go back to coach to round things up, when you look at your non-league schedule before you get to Big West play, you play some really good teams. Do you feel like you're going to learn a lot about this Chaparral team through those first five and figure out, hey, these are the things we're really good at, and these are some things, hey, we need to work on to get better because, going up against good competition, you're going to find out, right?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Like Coach said, we want to play in big time games. That's where you find out, what you can do when the lights are bright. Like you said, like sometimes there's games where there's blowouts, and I mean you're out by halftime or something like that. And so those games where you have to play all the way through four quarters, or even sometimes past those, you really play for each other. And like I said, the camaraderie, that's where it'll really show up.
All right, good stuff, Dane. Let me round it out with Coach Raymer. Coach, are you guys rearing to go, man? It's almost time.
Man, I tell these guys all the time, man, I'm so excited that football is back. As an ex-offensive lineman, the T-shirt and short season, right? It's really like 6 months of T-shirt and shorts, right, in California. But we actually have helmets on and pads on. So I'm just super excited. We're 2 weeks away from our scrimmage, right, with Cajon. And then a little less than 3 weeks away, then going on the road to San Juan Hills. So really excited for this season.
Yeah, that's a good San Juan Hills team, man, to open up with. I'm just curious, this time of the year, Coach, do you feel like we're ready? Can't wait for that first game. Let's just go. Or, man, we've only got like 2 or 3 weeks before we, see that first opponent. We got so much still to work on.
It's kind of a bit of both, right? There's times where you're just like, I want a game right now, right? And then there's times where you're like, yeah, we got a lot of work on still, right? we gotta clean some stuff up, right? We've only had 1 day of full pads, on Saturday, right? We went shells today, and we'll be back in full pads tomorrow and Wednesday. So, we're trying to get prepared, right? At the same time, one of the things that kind of derailed our season last year was just, our bodies breaking down and having some injuries. So we're trying to prepare ourselves at the same time, take care of ourselves and stay as healthy as we possibly can. With the game of football, that can be challenging, right? Even if you're in shells or going 3/4 speed, it still happens. So, we're just trying to find that balance.
Well, Coach, man, I really appreciate your time. Dane and Trevor as well. Nothing but the best this upcoming season, guys. And let's do this again down the road. Let's check in, see what the Pumas what they're up to this season. I think you guys are going to have a huge year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that's the Chaparral Pumas here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.